Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is CraftyRia and happy Christmas in July. I'm going to go ahead and use this Christmas card and recycle it into a new one. As many of you know, that's one of my favorite things to do. This card I got from my friend Kathy, and I featured it in another video of a bunch of cards Kathy gave me, but I thought this card was really interesting because I think it is supposed to fold open to a box. I can't really quite tell. There's some score lines there, but I can't really get it to fold exactly right into a box. But you can kind of see the 3D effect. And it has several layers inside. Well, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet, other than take it apart and remount it on a new card using some foam tape. So what I have for this today, I went ahead and pulled some of these Dollar Tree stickers because I thought they might go good as some embellishments. They sort of match. And obviously I have my card base. This is a regular 5.5 by 4 1/4 card base, and I just have plain white cardstock. One of my handy dandy templates that I made, it's just the size of this card cut out just so I can kind of hold it over and see what we've got. I have my handy dandy box of bling because, you know, a girl can never have enough bling. And this handy dandy box of scraps, some scrap ribbon and that sort of thing. I have this foam tape. I got this at the Dollar Tree in this roll. I like it because it's very thin. It's about a 1/16 of an inch. It's not very thick. It'll give the card dimension but won't make the envelope too bulky. And I have some scissors and my paper cutter and all kinds of stuff handy. So let's get started on this. So first I'm going to try to figure out how to take this apart. I think I can just start by getting rid of this bulk. I'm going to cut this off, this back piece off. Just get rid of that. And the writing is too close to the sentiment to be able to cut the sentiment out and use it. So I will just set that aside. And I think I'm going to make another cut, if my paper trimmer will work, right next to that fold there. I pushed as hard as I could. Yeah, there we go. That'll help take this apart. I'm going to do the same at the bottom. I'm just going to cut that fold off. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So I don't really want to ruin any of the layers of the card, but I'm not sure how I want to take this apart here. I think I'm going to carefully see if this will peel off. Yep, it will. It will fold open just like that. And I'm going to cut that right at that crease. Okay, and then I don't know if I can take these apart. Yeah, I think I can carefully take these pieces apart just so I can take this apart and see what I have. See what that leaves us. So we have the front piece, and we have a middle ground, and then we have the background. All right, let's see. Here's my template, and I think I'm going to be able to get the background really good. I don't really care so much about having much of a border on this. We'll see what happens. So I'll put these aside. I'm going to cut, I want to preserve as much of the top of this card as I can. So I will cut this right along the edge, just pretty close to the top. I'm going to have to flip it over because that crease is pretty big. It's pretty tall. There we go. All of this was in the way of my little tiny blade. Now normally I use my big guillotine cutter, but that's so hard to show on camera. So I have this. And then I want to decide where to the left and the right I want it. I think I'll just try to make it even. So I want to make it at 5.5. So it's 6.5 inches. So I'm going to cut 1/2 inch off each side. There we go. Why not just do it the easy way? So I can line it up here and cut it at this 1/2 inch mark right there, and that would bring me to 6 on the other side. Like I said, I don't really have a plan for this card, so we're going to just wing it. And then I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/4. Okay, so we have that, which is the actual same background as this. There. I don't think I'm going to do much of a border since there's going to be so much to it, but we'll see. I won't stick it on there yet. Then I'm going to take the middle ground piece and I'm going to cut all of this red stuff off. Because I don't think we need this red border. Let's see. Yeah, that is exactly 5.5 without the red border. So let's just make it easy and get rid of this red border. Okay, so we got rid of that red border, and then we have that, which is okay. I might want to bring it down some, but I'll wait. I'll wait a minute on that, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to cut off this red border. To make it easy, I'm just going to get rid of those pieces, and we'll go from here. I don't know if you guys can hear my bird, but he's calling my name, and he's probably telling me to go to bed because it's late. And that is to that line right. I'm guessing at it upside down. I did pretty good. Okay. So then we have this front piece. So let's see what we have here before I do a whole lot of cutting. So I'm going to want this whole piece. I don't want to obviously cut any off the height of this piece. I want the whole height of this piece. So I don't think I can cut much off of this. Otherwise, you're going to lose part of that hill in the back. And actually, I think I do want the Merry Christmas up higher. So in order to have the Merry Christmas up higher, it's okay. I'm going to have to cut some of this top off. And that'll leave a border at the bottom, but these other pieces will cover that up. So I'm going to cut off about that much off the top. See, I told you I didn't have a plan for this. And we'll go from there. There, it's too late now. I cut it. I can't change my mind. And then if I put this all the way to the top, and put this one all the way to the bottom, and then put this all the way to the bottom, that's kind of how it's going to look, and I think that looks really cute. Okay, so let me go ahead and adhere this down. I have my handy dandy tape runner. I got this tape runner from the Tape Depot, and I get the tape from there or even Amazon. Sometimes it's cheaper on Amazon. And in order to make sure this is flush with the fold, the top of the card, I put the fold flat on the table and I put this flat on the table. And then I just line up one edge and just stick it on like that. And then if it were not even on one of these edges, I could always trim it with my paper trimmer. But that ended up being okay. My paper, my bone folder, and just burnish it down really good. And I always like to burnish it against this fold at the very top. I think it just gives a clean edge. And then I'm going to just kind of put this here just to see where I'm at. Because before I lay it down, I want to decide if I want to stick any embellishments on the very back layer. I have one of these trees. It's the only one I have left, and I thought it would go great somewhere on this card. And I'm thinking kind of maybe in the back. So I'll put this layer down and then I will decide. So I want to make sure this layer goes flush with the bottom of the card to cover up that white. So I'll show you my little secret. But I also want this layer to be up off of it. So it's, you know, three-dimensional. So I'm going to put regular glue down at the bottom of this. I'm going to run 2 rows of it just so there's a lot of it right there. And then I'm going to use this for the upper portion of it. And this is pretty thick, so I can cut it in half, get more bang for your buck that way. This little piece that's going to stick out. I want to cut that edge off. I kind of want this piece go there. So I'm going to cut that in half. Put this little piece there. This little piece on one of the trees, and get some more little pieces for the trees. Okay, so then I will take the backing off of all these other pieces carefully. This is like watching grass grow or paint dry. All right. 2 more little pieces. And then just the opposite of what we did at the top, I'm going to do it at the bottom. I'm going to put this flat down, and I will put this flat down and line it up there. Push that down real good, and you've got that. So you have some dimension on these trees. I'm actually going to give it a little bit of the tips a little bit up. There we go. Then let's see about this little Christmas tree. I want it to go kind of on the ground. Let's see where this is going to land. No, that's going to be too high. Let's try that. I might not go with that Christmas tree. No, that's going to hide that. Too much. All right, I'm going to put that aside. I'm not going to put that on the back yet. All right, and then I have this little piece here, which will go on the very bottom. And this whole piece can sit up on some tape. There. And then I'll put a couple pieces up there, and then we're good. And let's see what else we got. Okay, I think that'll be good. Take all these backings off. If I get creative when I edit, I might fast forward it. If not, you'll see it at this full speed, at this regular speed. We'll see. Okay. Again, I will put it up like this. Put this piece is a tiny bit smaller than the other two, so I'm going to kind of center it in the middle. There you go. There. So we have kind of a 3D card made from that boxy card. And let's see, do I want to put one of these trees there, or what about a deer, a reindeer over here? I kind of like the reindeer because he's brown. Sorry, I'm not in the frame of the camera. I might just put this reindeer here, get this piece of fuzz off of it. And that kind of adds a little bit of dimension as well, because he is kind of dimensional. He's foam. I don't know about a snowflake. I don't think it's going to work behind this tree. I might have to move the tree. Maybe just put something that up in that corner just to kind of balance it a little bit. There we go. So we have this cute little card, and my reindeer's a little crooked. Let's see if I can't straighten him out without ruining him. He's kind of going off into the woods over here, as Bob Ross would say. He's happy little reindeer hanging out in the woods. All right, there you go. Now, what if we put a little bling on this fire? Because it needs to sparkle, I would think. I don't know what I have. Let's see. Let's figure it out. I have some red. This color. Yellow, which might not be what I want. Oh, this is probably the color I want. I don't have an orange, I don't believe. But I have this red and this gold, and I thought I could maybe put some of it around some of these flames. I think that looks pretty cool. Take a few more and put it on that red piece in the back. And then I will take some of these yellows and put it on that part of that yellow flame. That way that fire is really sparkling. There. So we added some sparkle to the fire, and we've got them roasting their marshmallows. We have a bunch of bling and a bunch of dimension on that card. Okay, that's it. I will call that one done, and I will put some sort of a sentiment in the inside. All right. Well, leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. If you would have done something different, let me know. I'm always curious to see what your ideas are as well. You guys take care. Have a wonderful Christmas in July, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.